have you ever used condom?
Yes.
So, is HIV and AIDS the same thing?
Yeah, the same.
I don't think they're the same thing.
I don't think so. HIV, it's more of a virus, but at the later stages, if you don't treat it well, it becomes AIDS because your body immune system goes on.
I know the difference. HIV is not that bad.
Then do you know what is STD and STI?
Is there a difference with that one? One's a disease, one's an infection?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Sexually transmitted disease, sexually transmitted in... no. STI, no, not really sure.
I'm not so sure.
I think college got a little bit, school not really. College, yeah.
For myself, not much in school, colleges, yeah. Me, no.
Have you ever went for HIV screening before?
Does it count if you do like the full body checkup? Oh, then yeah. You never do a full body checkup before, man?
The knowledge about STI and HIV and even sexual practices is very limited, unfortunately. And there is a big need for us to step in and start educating people about how HIV or STIs can be transmitted.
Let's be honest, everybody has sex. Sex is normal, and I think we should be much more open and much more transparent about our sexual lives, and basically also advise, teach, educate, share how you can protect yourself and how you can protect others.
It is important to get tested. Failing to get treatment on time, that can complicate the situation. But getting the treatment, you can live up to 30, 40 or 50 years. Here at PT Foundation, at the Community Healthcare Center of PT Foundation, we put extra emphasis on pre- and post-test counseling. And we make sure that the client has been briefed in and is in an appropriate and a healthy mental status. All of our screenings here at PT Foundation is anonymous. Technically, just one drop of your blood will be taken and you can get the result in about, all in all session, pre and post-test counseling will be about 40 minutes.
PT Foundation is a community-based organization working on HIV and AIDS in Malaysia. We are working with sex workers, transgenders, people living with HIV, men who have sex with men, and people using drugs. And maybe also it's good to say we also actually work with the children who come from these communities. And we fight stigma and discrimination because there is a lot of unawareness and misinformation. PT Foundation started in 1987 when, of course, the HIV and AIDS epidemic started to spread. There were a lot of questions, a lot of misinformation. So they started a hotline and they basically answered questions from the public, from people who were impacted by HIV, to give them information and, of course, also to refer them to the medical sector. Since August 2013, we started a social enterprise and we basically ask clients who come forward for testing, can you please contribute to cover our operational costs and pay 40 ringgit per test.
So basically it's like a give and take. So if you're able to afford to sponsor somebody else, then you sponsor other people.
PT Foundation spreads its message through different platforms. First of all, there is of course the internet, but it's also important, I think, to have face-to-face interaction with people who are at risk. So we do outreach work. For example, we go to gay saunas, to parks where gay men meet, and we provide them with safer sex kits, but we also have a discussion with them to analyze what is their safer sex behavior. Were they at risk? Did they use a condom?
I became a volunteer because a friend of mine was tested positive for HIV, and I had to see him lose hope because he had no information. He was lucky because we went for a government clinic and the government clinic was very good to him. But the bad thing was because he had no counselling. It was very hard for him to gain that confidence and believe that it is not the end for him. My experiences volunteering for PT Foundation, one of my tasks was to give out condoms. Not everyone wants to take out condoms because if you take out condoms, the cops might just think that you are going out and having sex. I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them do have unsafe sex, and there's a lot of lack of awareness.
I think PT Foundation's dream is to have an AIDS-free generation in Malaysia. So to have a Malaysia where there is zero HIV, zero discrimination, zero deaths.
What inspires me to keep doing what I'm doing is the hope of one day ending HIV.